Hi, it's Gina at Tarot and Time here in Kent, Connecticut. I'm here to give you a general reading. You can use this reading at any point in time, but I am filming it during Mercury Retrograde. So I just got done listening to Sheila Height's astrology report for the week, talking about retrograde and all the other amazing things that are happening this week. And she talked about the words starting with re, so like redo, rewind, recharge, all those kind of things. So I wrote some of those kind of words down on sheets of paper and just kind of randomly picked these papers for each pile. And I used my pendulum to choose a card for each pile. So let's talk about what you personally need to look at, a retake or revisit, that kind of theme. And my understanding of retrograde, as I always say, I'm forever astrology student, but Mercury will move in the beginning of retrograde. It's at one point, it moves forward, then it moves back, and by the end it moves forward again. So it's a time where we often have to redo things. I find often in general, anytime I'm dealing with making videos, that sometimes they just don't work. And I will be doing a reading and then I realize that I have to redo it. And so I would get really irritated in the beginning when that would happen, but I started to realize that I think those readings were just for me and that I had to redo it for you. So kind of accepting that this is a time when things like that will happen, where we have to look at things again, re-examine, re-evaluate. So let's see what's coming up for you. If you choose pile number 1, you have the Empress card. I love this version of her from the Relative Tarot. She is just lounging. She's smoking a hookah and really just relaxed. So this is a Venus card, the Empress, and she is our card for pile number 1. Pile number 2, we have the High Priestess. This is from the After Tarot deck. I don't usually work with this one very often, but my pendulum clearly chose it today. So the High Priestess is card number 2 of the major arcanas. She's associated with the sign Cancer and is ruled by the moon. So very intuitive and very feminine card in relationship, card number 2. Then we have the Wheel of Fortune, card number 10, major arcana. And it was funny, as I was thinking about doing this spread, I was like, reinvent, and then that term, don't try to reinvent the wheel. And here is the wheel. So not going crazy, reinventing everything, but focusing on what we have control over. So go ahead, pick your pile, and let's get started. Okay, I'm here with pile number 1. Let's see what we have here written down. Recharge. Love it. I love that that's what came up with this Empress card. She's so chilling out. And I did not plan that, so that's awesome. All right, I haven't looked at any of these cards yet. I'm working with a couple decks, the Light Seers, the Tattoo Tarot, the Relative Tarot, and the After Tarot. All of these I have in stock except for the Relative Tarot, which I'm hoping that I'm going to be able to get this fall. Okay, so let's see what you need to know during this retrograde period. And if you're listening to this outside of the retrograde period, that's okay too. The theme is recharge. Here's the Queen of Cups. And she's a queen, an empress followed by a queen. And so she has this big cup here, a cup of satisfaction, I like to think of it as. She's got this, her necklace has this eye kind of protecting her, keeping away negativity, and only allowing herself to be surrounded with other like-minded, supportive individuals. So recharging. taking the time out to her hair is green. She's wearing this beautiful crown, this beautiful piece of jewelry around these beautiful women. And so recharging with your people. I feel like you should go shopping. That this is a time to just really work on what's beautiful. And yeah, it's retrograde, so you may have to return some of those items, but it could be fun. Here's the 7 of Cups. It's interesting that this thing up here that looks like a giant mushroom, that's what I thought it was at first, it's actually the High Priestess covered. Her energy's radiating out of it, but it's like her power is covered. And he's really fixated down here on all this money. The snake is kind of cutting off his energy, cutting off his Kundalini energy. And so 7 of Cups is a lot of lack of clarity. And it's very Neptunian, very foggy, and there's a lot of options, and the focus is really on money and not so much on, I think of the High Priestess as like definitely self-care, especially in relationships, and putting the pursuit of money first and not putting your needs first. That's what I'm getting from that. Here's the 9 of Pentacles. She's just lounging and enjoying her surroundings. Looks to me like the bird has a crown on his head, but so this is coming in the foundation position, really savoring the simple things that you have, the beautiful things around you. And it's 9 of Pentacles, so there's plenty, so there's not a need to be worried about spending, I guess, is what I'm feeling. Just doing something nice for yourself, recharging, taking this time out to gather up your energy again. Let's see what's going on behind the scenes here. We have Judgment card, which is card number 20 of the major arcanas, but it's actually a 2 in numerology. So kind of going back to the High Priestess theme again, because she's card number 2 of the major arcanas. So in the background, there's like, it's like her higher self is rising up. She's being freed. This is, I think of Judgment as related to Scorpio, to it's Pluto related. So allowing just the burdens to be lifted, the things that don't work anymore to just be released so you can rise up. And like, what a card of recharging. She's freed. Here's the Tower card. The lightning bolt is hitting. It's changing. I'm just seeing it as more freedom. And really freedom from the idea that there's lack. That's what I'm getting. I think in my last reading that I did, this card came up in one of my videos, and I was taken to these acorns down here, and I had just gotten back from Newport from visiting the Breakers, the mansion, and the acorns, 3 acorns was their symbol, their family, I guess, crest or symbol. And so there's this, I'm getting from this that like, there's so much, you're so more, maybe not financially, but just you have what you need. You're so rich in that way. And so kind of breaking down these ideas of all this worry, of this poverty mentality, of this focus on just money and work and all that, and really basking in the emotional beauty of your situation, of taking the time out for yourself to just do nothing, how important that is. And I see a change, and I do see a change in your friend group. I see a change in how you recharge. There's the Page of Cups. So cute, so dressed up. Page of Cups is such a reminder to have fun, and she's so fashionable. So I'm just getting like, have fun. Go through your closet, find some clothes you haven't worn in a while. If you can spend the money, go shopping. Be open to the fact that you may have to return some of it, but then you get to go shopping again. So have fun with that. And here's the Star card. Another Aquarian card. We had the Tower, which is also Aquarian. And so the Star comes in after the Tower. It tells us that there's hope. And she's pouring, look at her, she's swimming, she's in this water, she's like cleansed. And so I really see the recharging of the emotions that no longer work, picking and choosing, the friend groups that no longer work, the people that you're surrounding yourself, especially people who don't think that recharging and resting is part of your health routine. There's a lot of people out there who think that self-care is selfish. And I am not one of those people. Sometimes I have to remind myself how important it is, but if I don't remember to tell myself that, my body will remind me. And instead of getting to the point of being run down, take the time out to rest and recharge. Look at the ways that you do it. You're allowed to just lounge. You're allowed to I'm seeing a lot of water, so swimming, bathing, those kind of things. It helps clear you. So as much as you think that you might just be lounging around, you're actually clearing. The star is like a purification card. So go swimming, take some salt baths, take the time, have fun, go through your wardrobe, recharge yourself, your mentality over what rest is, your mentality over where your pursuit in life is. And you have a lot of great resources around you. So enjoy it. Thanks for joining me. Pile number 2. Let's see what we got. Reject. All right. Let's see what we're rejecting. Okay, so the High Priestess was your cover card, your theme card. She's major arcana number 2. She's associated with the sign Cancer. She's ruled by the moon. She's considered partners with the High Priest or the Hierophant card. And she's the divine feminine. And that energy is often rejected in this world, that it's not respected, or intuition is not accepted. It's often rejected. We live in such a thought-based, mind-based, intellect-based world. So here she is reminding us of the power of that. Let's see what else we've got going on. I have not looked at any of these cards. I have used my pendulum to choose. And let's see what we've got. 2 of Swords. So we're going with 2 2s in a row. So in relationship, we've got the Reject card here. I really love this 2 of Swords because she's blindfolded and these crows are just leading her ahead. Now, I have a thing for crows. I think that crows are like messengers. I think of them as very Scorpio related, that they can travel all the realms and not just this physical earth plane. They know there's so much more. They can bring us messages. And so there she is. They're leading her. These messages are coming in and she needs to be blindfolded so she's not caught up in the mind, that mental world, swords, air energy, thought, mind. And they're guiding her forward, guiding her towards away from what she needs to reject, really. Here's the Strength card. Whew. Look at her. Okay, so you've got the strength to do it, I'll tell you that much. It's a Leo card ruled by the sun. Your foundation card is the 5 of Swords. More crows. Worrying. And they're kind of talking into his ear, telling him all this information that could free him. There's the freedom down there. It's a 5. So 5 is indicating a need for change. 2021 is a 5-year. This is the year to make the changes. This is the time to reject the thoughts that don't work, because we can just get caught up in it. And there comes a point where you literally have to say, enough. I reject that way of thinking. I will not allow myself to go down that path again. And it's not a one-time thing. You might have to do it a lot. There's a change here. There's a rejection of these thoughts that are holding you back. And there's starting to be an acceptance of the trusting your intuition, trusting those feelings, because that's what the High Priestess runs on. Feelings, emotions, what's coming, bubbling up to the surface. And so it's an energy field. And these thoughts are not working anymore. It's time to start rejecting. I like to do it by burning sage. So if my mind starts running down paths that I am not okay with, I literally say to them, enough. I'll break the sage out, especially if it's in my bedroom when I'm sleeping. Burn the sage, clear, open the window. Out, out, out. Enough. Take control. There's the Four of Wands in the background. Something's packing up and leaving town. I hope it's those negative thoughts. Here's the King of Swords. And it's funny, when I was saying that about rejecting the thoughts, I was thinking of the sword, like the cutting away of what isn't working. He's no nonsense. He's coming in next to her. I mean, man, they're no nonsense, the both of them. So the King of Swords, he accepts the thoughts that work and he rejects the ones that don't. He's an ultimate businessman. He's in charge, and so are you. There's the Judgment card. Very Scorpio card, ruled by Pluto. And Pluto likes to make carbon out of things that no longer serve you. And so there you are. There you have to make a decision of what no longer serves you and reject it. You'll hear me talking a lot about writing out a list of the things that you will no longer accept and burning them. And burning them safely, you know, over a fire pit or maybe over a toilet and flushing it away. But these thoughts, these ideas are holding you back, and it's time to reject them. And there's a decision. She's got a gavel. She's kind of hitting the gavel. There's a decision made. This is no longer acceptable. There's the Nine of Swords. And I like this version because this is often called the nightmare card or the, oversleeping, insomnia card. And she's tired of it. She's yawning. She's picking up that sword and she's like, enough. Had it. So I'm happy to see that. I want to pull a couple more cards. Did we miss anything else? Is there anything else that needs to be rejected in your life? What else is there? Here's the Empress. And she is all about giving birth to new. Look at her. She's pregnant with the world. She's ready to give birth. She knows her value. She knows what's acceptable and what's not acceptable. She's caring for this baby. She's not going to allow things to hurt this baby. And so you're giving birth to a new life. And you can only do it through rejecting what doesn't work. Here's the Five of Wands. Kind of looks like a teamwork card, reaching for this goal. And anything else? The High Priestess again. Look at her. Wow. So, double High Priestess for you. The Divine Feminine going inward. She's got her eyes closed. She's just kind of doing this beautiful meditation. Reconnecting with the power, that Divine Feminine power. Knowing that it can help you and lead you through this of what needs to go. And you're ready. You're kind of bored of all this nonsense. It's time to make this change. There's a lot of Pluto energy going on right now that's helpful for you to make this change. You've got this. Have a good week. Pile 3. Let's see what you got. Rearrange. Ooh, this is like my theme pile here. I love rearranging. So, let's see. I guess that's what happens when you have a shop too. You're always rearranging. It's the Wheel of Fortune was your theme card. So it's card number 10, Major Arcana. In numerology, we would break that down to a 1. And 1 is something fresh, right? We're talking about rearranging, so it kind of lines up with each other. A fresh look. The Wheel of Fortune is there to assist you to get what you want. And let's see what we've got going on. Here's the Four of Swords. This is such a pretty version of it. In that nest, the heart there, taking that pause. It takes a lot of energy to rearrange. So there's that pause, that rest. Here's the Magician. And that's funny that it came up because, you know, the Wheel of Fortune, card number 10, when you add 1 and 0, you get 1, and the Magician is card number 1. So the rearranging that you need to do in your life, whether this be actual moving objects or rearranging your schedule or rearranging your priorities, the Magician's there to help you. The Magician, I associate it personally with Scorpio, that deep knowing, that deep feeling. And so what needs to be changed, you will know. And so rest up so that you have the power to make this change. The Magician's there to help you, to give you the power to do so. And it's a 1, so it's really about you being the priority, you rearranging according to what you need. Here's the Queen of Pentacles here. So she definitely knows her value. She knows what she wants. She knows things take time, and she would put herself first. There's the Ace of Cups. So I've got another 1 coming in. So beautiful. Peace dove flying out. And interesting, it's a heart here, and then we have the heart here. So, you know, rearranging, obviously letting love lead the way, and in a peaceful manner. This isn't anything harsh. Here's the 8 of Pentacles, kind of measuring things up. Feel like getting the measuring tape out, trying to see how it works. It also feels to me a little bit like she's like working with an astrology chart. So picking the exact time, also knowing like who you're dealing with. Some people resist change and resist rearrangement. So kind of getting an understanding of who you're working with, what you're working with. Here's the Universe, which is a version of the World. Beautiful placement here. It's very successful. Last card, last major arcana. So definitely like a job well done. You're moving in the right direction with this rearrangement. And here's the 10 of Cups. And so 10 of Cups is it actually is a 1 again. And it would be like an Ace of Cups. So you're moving in the right direction. There's going to be a lot of satisfaction. There's a shift in, there's a big shift in how things are done. There's almost like a step up. I feel like, I'm not sure if you're rearranging your work or rearranging actual objects, but whatever it is that you're doing, you're timing it just right. You're being guided forward to do it. You're trusting the feelings that come up. You're resting and recharging so you can make the move. And there's a freedom that's going to come to this. You're moving into a new stage. Let me see what else I've got. There's some new stage that you're moving forward. You got the Fool card, which is awesome. I just placed it here next to the Universe. So here's the Universe, last major arcana. Here's the Fool, the first major arcana. So there's a new journey coming in. There's a new adventure. There's something new that you're being guided to. You need to rearrange your life to be able to be open to it. And here's the 7 of Swords. She's leaving some things behind, maybe a relationship, a friendship, or some thoughts about a relationship. And she's moving forward. She's packing it up. She's moving forward. She's taking 5 swords with her. She's making the changes needed. It's lightened her load, and she's on her way into a new adventure. So this rearrangement is definitely going to bring you somewhere that you want to be going. I'm going to pull one more card, and let's see what we're ending on. Well, we're not going to end on the 3 of Swords. We're going to end on the Page of Wands. So there's this 3 of Wands, this old stuff that it's time to move on from it. It's not working for you anymore. It's like almost like you've been in a position where you've been doing something over and over again that you know doesn't work for you, and you've had enough. And the Page of Wands is here to bring you freedom, to bring you fun, really forward movement. So thanks for joining me.